Kaizer Chiefs have taken a huge first step into rebuilding the club, and they did that by getting the best of the best when it comes to getting a proper technical team. The problem though is that there's still other 5 things that they need to overcome in order for us to reclaim the glory days. But what are those 5 things? Well, you came to the right place because we are going to talk about it. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. Now, we have to start by the first one that is obvious, which is worrying a lot of people. Yes, Kaizer Chiefs have announced that they will be announcing the new signings at the Toyota Cup. That's why even the 2 players that we know, even Tim Sugas has confirmed that Fia Krentuar has been signed by Kaizer Chiefs. We've seen Ubongani Sam with Kaizer Chiefs training with them in Turkey, but they've not been confirmed. Now, who's to say there aren't other signings that Kaizer Chiefs has brought on board? However, it's still a worry because it does feel like there are positions where we are much more thin in terms of the numbers, but at the same time, the quality as well. Because on the right wing position, for example, you have Mfundo Vilakazi, who is a very good player, but he's a young player as well. So you don't want to put all the pressure on him. You have Usaile, who even in some videos that I've seen in training, he still looks like there's still that rushing and the lack of quality in the final touch. And you have Upotsane, who's injury prone seemingly, and he's recovering from an injury. So beyond those 3 players, you don't really have much depth on the right wing. But I'm just going to leave it there. You go to our number 9 position. You have Uranga, you have Utuba. Utuba is still a developing player, which is great, but it's just him and Ranga. After that, there's Dupri, but there's also that link with him going abroad. So that thing of thinness, I'm not even mentioning the left back position because that just worries me and stresses me out. But I hope that they will be able, or they will solve the thing, because you do not want to have a proper system, but you end up playing people out of position because you don't have the squad that you need. Number 2 is rebuilding the winning mentality. And this is so important. I mean, the last time we won a cup was in the 14-15 season. That is a long time ago. 9 years ago. That's the last time we won a cup. And now here we are all this time. There's no belief because, you know, a team like Real Madrid, I've seen this when I watch Madrid. Mbappe is going to start winning Ballon d'Ors at Madrid. But anyone who goes to play for Real Madrid could have won the cups, could have won the Ballon d'Ors, could have won anything. Madrid is at a point where they win not because they were playing better. They win because they go to a game knowing that they will win. It doesn't matter whether they're playing Man City, who will have 5,000 passes, and Real Madrid can literally have 2 passes from the goalkeeper to Vinicius. Vinicius passes Rodrigo, it's a goal, and then they defend the whole game. Because they believe that they're going to win. So there are teams that have built that winning mentality, and they win because they are Real Madrid, not because they played well. So it's that thing that Kaizer Chiefs now are no longer a team that needs to win, but they also need to know that they are winners, and the identity of winning needs to be put into that club. It needs to be put in to those players, and that is why it's so important that Nasreddin Nabi is a coach who has won things, and that is going to be easy for him to tell them that, listen, you have to believe that you're gonna win. I have done this, I've won things with the previous teams, and this is what I was telling the players. But if you're bringing in Abokavin Johnson like we did last season, what has he won? Mlifin Segi, what has he won? Even Uzwane, as much as he was trying to do things and he was going to grow eventually, but what had he won? You understand, as a coach. So I think building that winning mentality is also going to be crucial in making sure that the club does well. While we're here, please do make sure to like the video. We are trying to grow, guys. Please, man, like the video. And also, I'm thinking of doing something. I've seen few people wanting to be part of the show. If you want to be part of the show, be it you are close to Albertine, because I'm based in Albertine, you can go on Instagram and inbox me. Follow me on Instagram, and then you can inbox me. Then we can chat and organize how you can come to the studio, because as much as I love talking like this to the camera, I'd also love to have people here. That's the whole point of having the studio here. Anyways, let's move on to the third thing, which is fan pressure and expectations, which I think this one is the most important, I should have left it for last actually, but the thing is, Chiefs for the past 2 seasons, they've played Sundowns early on in the season, and those results affected the momentum of the club going forward. In that other season, when Atazwane was coaching, they lost to Sundowns 4-0, and then that forced Chiefs to sign the likes of Caleb Bimingimana. Like abandoning everything that Atazwane had tried to do, playing with the players that he played with. The moment they signed to Caleb, things changed because now we're trying to play to Caleb's strengths and we're trying to win instead of building the style of play of Kaizer Chiefs the way that Atazwane wanted to do it, but it ended up not happening. So that thing, if we do once again face Sundowns, because we know that we'll face Pirates somewhere in October and November, but if we face Sundowns early on and we lose, fans are now going to start saying, yeah, Vele, this one bottled the league on the last days, and all of that thing is going to start being on the coach. And I understand we want to win, but isn't it better to build so that you are dominant for the next however long years, rather than saying, let's win one cup and get, because some people have had it, which is reasonable, right? It's realistic and reasonable to say, yeah, I understand when some people say that if the coach can win just one cup so that he can buy himself some time. But the problem is that might just be too much pressure at this point. If the team is already used to winning games and games after games and after games in a league, let's say we end up winning like 17 games and we draw 10 and we lose 3, that would mean we win the league, wouldn't it? Yeah, but let's just say we significantly improve, we win way more games than last season. Wouldn't that count for more, because then we would have built a team, a style of play that is consistent, rather than having a style of play for a cup and then a style of play for the games. I think that I would prefer that the team be dominant for the next 10 years or 20 years than just dominating for one season. Number 4 is competing with dominant teams. And when it comes to competition, I mean it in 2 ways. There is the first one, which is, one, when you are playing against Mamelodi Sundowns, you don't have to show fear, right? Because if you approach games against Sundowns with fear, you get spanked bad. Like, they destroy you. They will destroy you if you give them a chance. But if you go out and you are playing like you are playing against your mates, people who are at your level, it's going to scare them. I know we are not at the level of Sundowns based on the past 9 years' performances, but we're a big team, bigger team than them. And that should show in our performances. Don't be scared, because that whole thing makes people see that we're not scared of Sundowns. We're not going there to try and get one goal and defend. No, we're trying to go out there and destroy Mamelodi Sundowns, destroy Orlando Pirates. And the second thing in terms of competing is at least try to get close. You see the gap, we're number 10. If we can go to number 3, all of a sudden we're mentioned in a conversation as title contenders, because as much as it's the first season, we also don't want to say, we can finish 13th as long as the style of play is improving. Obviously, the style of play, if it's improving, we should be much closer to Mamelodi Sundowns. Not overtaking them yet, maybe, but we should be getting closer and closer. So that competition with Mamelodi Sundowns will be vital. If I haven't asked you to subscribe, please do subscribe. Number 5 is developing young talent. And you see this thing, Chiefs spent a lot on this technical team. We know 4 people, Nabi and his 3 other assistant, goalkeeper coach, and analyst did not come, and the fitness coach. So he has 3 people in his backroom staff, and it's expensive to get those people, paying them out of their contracts as well. In the case of Nabi, it's going to be a bit tough to get more players, like to sign. I saw Njugutu Mkwana has been signed, I think, by a team in Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, if not Morocco. So that means the Chiefs are in a situation whereby they don't have enough money to then buy other players. But that's why you have Abomfundo Velagaza, Abomtu Shabalala. You have the Nigerian 16-year-old wonder kid. Well, maybe I'm pushing it to say he's a wonder kid, but a very good player. And other players that are there at Kaizer Chiefs that can be developed, because Kaizer Chiefs produces a lot of good players. And it's high time that we start utilizing those players and developing them to a level where they are our Yamals. Like, we can take them and put them in our starting level. Like, even without talking about Abo Yamal, you have Abo Rilebuhile Mfukeng here at Orlando Pirates, who are now key members of the squad. and they're starting literally every game. And even in their friendlies, we saw that their coach is playing him like, Boma, 60 minutes. We're going to watch their game right now. And you see that he's trusted, that boy. And we need to start developing that culture, because as much as we want to go sign out there, but we already have talent in here. And if we can nurture the talent, then Kaizer Chiefs will be unstoppable. And the nice thing is, then we can sell those players and get a lot of money, continue developing our youth system, and it just keeps on going over and over again. But what do you think is the main thing that Kaizer Chiefs needs to address? Do let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals and Pelumoy.